Welcome back, everyone. Well, Texas cannot enforce a new law that restricts public drag shows. A federal judge recently declared this legislation was unconstitutional. This ruling came just this week, and it comes after a very long back and forth. Joining me this morning is a guest that we have had several times in studio, Queen Angelina. Thank you so much for joining us in studio today. We appreciate having you here. An important discussion. I'm curious what your reaction was when you found out about this ruling.
Well, of course, we're happy, that the law got blocked, that it's not being enforced, but we knew that all along. It's against the First Amendment at the end of the day. It was so vague, but it's also hard to celebrate because you keep getting reminded that, Houston is such a blue city, that it's still in Texas, and Texas is still red. And at the end of the day, it's just scaring us and making us fear for our livelihoods. Like for somebody like me, a drag queen, that I'm just here worried about how I'm going to look this morning, not trying to harm anybody. It's just a job.
And you bring up a point there, and it was something you had referenced previously on one of the shows, that you were concerned about how people may start treating drag artists now that this law will go into effect. Are you still worried? Is there still that concern there?
I mean, of course, now the people that are against us are definitely more exposed. We know who they are. I mean, these lawmakers are here making these laws, uneducated laws, trying to enforce things against us. Not only is this an attack for drag artists and people with jobs that might have been affected by the descriptions of SB 12, but also a direct attack towards queer people directly. Who's to say that anybody could be walking around and could be attacked and said, hey, that is something that is against the law, and it's a hate crime to be doing something like that. It's not safe for us. We don't feel safe. We just want to be out there living our lives with no interruptions and looking pretty, right?
Now, the Texas Attorney General's office has said that they are going to appeal this ruling. So what message would you have to lawmakers?
If y'all are really worried about us harming children and these things that y'all keep saying, do your research on what we're actually doing. I'm here speaking up for my people, telling y'all that this is my livelihood, this is my job. Really do the education, really see what needs to be done in this state to protect children. And the laws that y'all need to be putting through are laws to protect people like me. And we want to remind everybody out there that you only have a couple days left to register to vote. We know we have allies out there. It is so important for y'all to be on our side now more than ever. We need to be growing. Texas needs to be growing just as fast as Houston is, just as fast as Austin and Dallas. We know we have allies. We need y'all to vote. We need these people out now.
Now, Queen Angelina, kind of changing gears on you, we know that you have a very big show that's coming up celebrating Hispanic Heritage Month. So, of course, we want to hear all about that. Where's it taking place? What does this entail?
Yes, so I'm going to be doing, once again, I think this is my third time in a row, I'm going to be playing the violin in front of the altar that we're going to have on November 1st at Discovery Green. I love doing this event. It reminds me of my culture. I came here when I was 5 years old to Houston, Texas, so I didn't get to see events like this in Mexico yet. And coming here, I didn't get to see them here in front of me. So now I get to be a part of my celebration, my heritage. And I'm going to be playing music and doing tributes to Latin artists like Juan Gabriel, Rocio Durcal, Paulina Rubio, and many more. So I'm very excited, like events like that.
So it's taking place at Discovery Green. When is this happening?
On November 1st, I believe the altar is going to be open up at 6 p.m. I'm playing somewhere around 7 p.m. We really want y'all to come and celebrate, dress up. This is such a huge celebration to remember, our loved ones that have passed away, especially in our queer community. With the 90s, a lot of the HIV crisis, we really need to remember how far we have come, especially right now. So please come, I'll see y'all there. And unfortunately, this is one of my last events here in Houston. Laws like this have led me to make a decision to leave Houston, unfortunately. And that's what's happening. You know, we have to make a drastic decision. My career is growing. I'm not getting any younger. So I have to go somewhere where I don't feel like my job is at risk and my life you know, I fear for my life and my livelihood. So I'll see y'all soon, LA.
So, okay, so this last event then taking place, you'll be at Discovery Green
Yes.
November 1st.
I'll see y'all there to celebrate. Please come. I love seeing my community, and there's a lot of people that haven't seen me perform in a while, and I love playing the violin for y'all. I love playing the violin, all these gorgeous songs that we don't get to hear as often as Latin people. So we'll see y'all there.
Wonderful. Well, we so appreciate you coming into the studio. Again, thank you so much for your time, Queen Angelina. We appreciate it.
Thank you, and you're gorgeous. And we're
thank you.
matching.
We are. Yes, we are. It's good, right? Good colors. Well,